All right, and I'm joined now by Sean Larkin, who's a program manager with Microsoft Edge. Now, I often call him Mr. Webpack, just as I call Jeff Hollins Mr. Serverless, but we're not talking about Webpack right now, are we, Sean?
No, that's correct. We're actually talking about bringing Microsoft Edge to Linux.
Yes, Microsoft Edge coming to Linux. And this was actually announced back at Microsoft Build back in May, but we've got some other news now, which is around the availability of the first preview of Microsoft Edge on Linux, right?
That is correct. Yep. We have announced that we are making Microsoft Edge available next month for anybody to try, use, and put into their CI/CD systems, make as their daily driver, and provide us feedback so that we can make it the best browser across any of these operating systems that we built for today.
That's fantastic. And I'm super excited about this because, this is one of those projects that I think a lot of us, we would kind of look at. And even though we know that like Internet Explorer existed on Unix and stuff like that, like the fact is that, for a lot of people, they hear Microsoft Edge on Linux, they're like, what, really? This is happening? But it's really exciting. I mean, I think especially when we see a lot of the work that we're doing within kind of the Linux ecosystem with WSL2 and some of that stuff. But talk to me a little bit about like, who are you thinking about in terms of like the users for Microsoft Edge on Linux?
I think it's fair to really separate, our target customers as two different target customers. So the first one is going to be you as a web developer rely on shipping, your browser in your CIC or rely on shipping your website and testing it through your CI/CD systems. Now, we know that Linux has a huge market share for CI/CD and automation and browser automation. And so we wanted to be able to give you the ability to test on any browser across any system and any platform so that you could have a consistent experience, whether it be your tests running, your tests failing, or having your automation tools working as seamless as possible. So that was our first main customer that we wanted to reach. Our second one was the Linux enthusiasts, the people who every day, every week reach out to us on Twitter, reach out to us on our forums and say, hey, is Edge really available on Linux yet? And these are the people who depend on Linux as not only their favorite, but their way of life for doing anything they do on their computer and their devices. And so we wanted to build them a first-in-class browser that they can use and they can connect with any of the existing tools that we're now building on Linux, whether it be for VS Code or the Teams client, which is in beta now as well, and have that kind of seamless experience.
I love it. It's so exciting, and I think it's really cool. We were talking a little bit earlier, and you were telling me, like some of the ways that you're going about this release and kind of this process for bringing this to Linux, which I think is really great for those Linux enthusiasts, right? So when people are downloading the insider version right now, the preview version, when they're able to get it next month, how are they going to be able to install Microsoft Edge for Linux?
Well, we really wanted to just focus on the way that it's most comfortable for them, right? So we're going to include command line instructions that you would see across any of the tools or services or packages, in the Linux ecosystem, where you can trust the Microsoft repository, you can, save the GPG key, and then go ahead and sudo apt-get install and have it right away in your operating system. The second way that we want to do it is a little bit more traditional to our, our way of life of providing a package to a customer. And so we'll have the .deb, we'll have the .rpm package available for you to install. And then once you've installed it, you can run those commands again in your terminal, or you can just use the operating system UI to install that package as well.
I love it. And I love that you get both options there, both, if you want to add the repository to your system and do it from the command line, that's what I would do. Or if, you're more comfortable just, downloading the package and then installing it however you want, regardless. That's really, really cool. You talked a little bit earlier, too, about like the importance of kind of having kind of the same first-class experience for people on, regardless of what platform they're on. So let's talk a little bit about some of the developer tools that are in Edge right now. And so you're saying that that's going to be the same experience on Linux.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was kind of a min bar for us, right? We we wanted to be able to have, Microsoft Edge be just as awesome on Mac, just as awesome on Windows, and just as awesome on Linux, especially when it came to the developer experience, right? So
Mhm.
going through and verifying that any of those tools, whether it be your network analyzer, your profiler, your memory dump tracers, any of the pieces of dev tools that exist today that you love, whether it be on Mac or Windows, that we have that capability in Linux. And so we wanted to keep that standard high, and that really speaks to us as being able to put developers first when we're building this product.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we were also talking before, like there was a survey that you did of Linux users and kind of getting their feedback about what they would want in a Linux version of Edge. And what was some of the feedback that you heard from those users?
Yeah, that survey was really powerful. Like, I think you even like retweeted it when I sent it out on
Yeah.
Twitter. So thank you. It had a huge impact. We heard about almost 10,000 respondents came back, and I think one of our top feedbacks was being able to have control over telemetry systems. In their browser, right? I think that privacy is a huge concern for people, and having the ability to tweak and modify, I think, was probably our number one feedback.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And how is the team kind of taken that feedback, and how will that be implemented?
So today we have the telemetry systems that are in place that are going to be consistent across Mac and Windows, but we want to use the feedback that we've received, and given the kind of ecosystem and the way that Linux works in terms of telemetry and sandboxing it, and implement that in our later features that we want to implement.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, from what it kind of sounds like is that you're taking that feedback, and if there are going to be any changes, it's not going to be something that only Linux users get to take advantage of. It would be something that all Edge users would be able to take advantage of.
And that's kind of the exciting point. You're right, is that we're going to take this this really rich feedback that we've gotten from the Linux ecosystem, and we're going to try and apply it not only to Edge on Linux, but because we're trying to make one browser for any of these platforms, anybody is really going to benefit from this.
I love it. I love it. And when we're, I want to ask you too, like, since you reached out to the community and you're getting feedback, is the team open to working with some of the Linux distros if they have, ideas about how they might be able to work more closely with Edge, if they want to adjust things like user interface, or if they want to, have Edge added to their own repositories? Are you guys open to having those conversations?
Yeah, we would be thrilled. We already have been trying to open discussions across any of the distros that are popular with developers today. And we if we haven't heard from you, or you haven't sent us any feedback, or a request to talk, like, please reach out to myself, or anybody on the Edge team, and we would love to be able to connect and to get ideas and try to make a really awesome experience, not only at the operating system level, but the distribution level.
I love that. I love that so much. And so, yes, please contact Sean, contact people on the Edge team if you're involved within the distros, or even the kernel or whatever. Like, they want to hear your feedback. They want to have these conversations. And me, frankly, as somebody who's been using this stuff for a long time, I'm really excited that you want to hear that feedback and that you want to have those conversations. I think that's really, really fantastic. So go to Microsoft Edge Insider is where people can download the Edge for Linux, the preview, and this is going to be next month, correct?
That is correct. Next month.
So it's going to be October. Oh, and this was actually an important thing too. So right now, Edge on Mac and Windows has 3 different cadences. There's Canary, there is Developer, and then there's Beta. I guess there are 4, and then there's like the hard release. What is the cadence going to be like on Linux? Like, what version will be available to people when they are getting the Insider release next month?
So we are planning on publishing our dev channel for Linux. So you will see a weekly update in builds once it's become available to the public.
Awesome. And you're following Chromium's cadence on this for Linux. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We had this idea of maybe we want to ship Canary, but we didn't really want to create fragmentation for no reason, right? We wanted to have something that was consistent for people across the board, and working. We really respect our capability, or to have consistency with the Chromium project. And so, unless we really hear some great customer feedback that says, bring us a canary, bring us a daily, we really want to keep the fragmentation as small as possible.
I love that. I really appreciate that that's what you're doing, that you're still wanting to kind of stay true to what the project is, because I think especially for a Linux release, that makes a lot of sense to try to be as consistent as possible. And real quick, because we're running short on time, but are there any things in the preview version of Edge for Linux that people will not be able to do, when they're trying this out next month?
So we have, I think the only one that comes to mind that I think was big in customer feedback was, and self-host feedback was sync. So
Sync.
the ability to use an AAD or MSA to kind of sync your browser across environments is something that we're still working on actively to deliver for a future release, but that will be one of the main features that won't be available for Edge on Linux coming here in October.
Okay, cool. So sync, which means, but you can still import your browser bookmarks. You can still, install the same extensions and all that stuff you would be before. It's just the whole, if you wanted to sign in with your, ID or whatever to sync things across different browsers, that's not going to be there when this preview launches next month.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, Sean, thank you so much for joining me, and everybody else. You can download Edge on Linux next month at Microsoft Edge Insider. Really appreciate your time, Sean, and keep up the good work.